Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll have a look at the Reltio profile view. This is the screen in Reltio that is accessed when a user clicks on a single instance of data from their search. Clicking on a record from my search results will launch the profile screen. This screen is your window into everything we have about the selected profile. The profile view itself is divided up into different sections. The large facet that you see here contains the bulk of all the attributes. To the right, we can see some facets that are dedicated to displaying data validation warnings, none in this case, meaning this record is in good shape from a data quality perspective, various market demographic attributes, and then a series of identifiers or keys coming from different sources. Scrolling down, I can see a set of contact attributes below the primary facet. Here we're displaying things like phone number, address, and email. And below that, we see a set of relationships to other individuals. When we look at the primary profile screen here, we'll notice certain things, such as attributes with little arrows next to them. When we see this, it indicates that these attributes have attributes themselves. For example, when I look at this multi-channel communication consent attribute, you'll notice a set of sub-attributes here. The channel type of mail, channel value, channel consent, and so on. In other words, the ability to store, in this scenario, multiple communication consent values associated with this particular profile. Similarly, if I look at something like privacy preferences, attributes with attributes, in this case, storing various opt-in, opt-out preferences that this particular user has. So certain values within attributes just store what we think of as simple values, such as strings, numbers, dates, etc. And then other attributes, a little more complex in terms of attributes with attributes. One would think of these in a very similar manner to how you would think of, say, a child table if you were thinking about relational architectures. Although in this scenario, this is still just an attribute that has attributes itself. You'll also see cases where certain attributes have a little blue box next to them with a plus and a number next to them. That's essentially showing me as an end user that there's actually another value or set of values that this attribute has, but it's not being displayed right now because of survivorship rules. On the far right of the view is a detailed audit trail. This allows me to go back in time and click on a point in time and see what the data looked like at that point in time. Or click on a point in time where a certain action such as a merge was occurred and what did the data look like at that point in time. Then, on the left side, notice various icons. Here I can access specific subcomponents associated with this particular profile. For example, here is a grid of all the relationships associated with this profile. Here is a graph or graphical view of these same relationships. Reltio is unique in that it manages information in a very simple but powerful graph structure under the covers, and this representation is an exact view of how that data is being managed. Potential matches gives me a view into managing any possible duplicates associated with the profile. None in this case. The sources view allows me to look at a very granular view of all the source records that are contributing into this unified view that I have now. And then lastly, the activity log is a detailed log of all the actions that have occurred on this particular profile. I hope you enjoyed this tour of the profile screen. This is your window into everything about a particular record within Reltio. In order to sign up for your free instance of Reltio Identity 360, please go to reltio.com/Reltio Identity 360 free tier request.